All right. I won't be able to hear y'all, but we'll get going with a statement from Coach on moving on, and then we'll take questions.
Can you guys hear me okay? Okay, perfect. First of all, just really proud of this group. It's always a pretty stressful week for us. We're in the middle of finals. We're at the most important golf tournament of the year, and I'm really proud of their fight this week. The weather was very, very tough the first 2 days. They haven't been able to mow the rough here in, I think, 2 weeks. So it made it a premium on hitting it in the fairway. And the girls, yesterday, it rained the entire 18 holes, and really persevered through that and did a good job today. It was tough to catch Kansas. They were pretty hot out there, but really excited to advance to La Costa again for the second straight year. And overall, a stellar performance by everybody.
Tom?
Yeah. Hey, Shauna. What
Hey,
hey, what do you think keyed Maria and Clarissa's rounds today? Because they really stood out.
I think Maria's just a competitor. I think she struggled yesterday in the conditions. And I think that's an area where she's got to get better too, is when it gets adverse out there with the rain and the tough conditions, helping her get through those moments. And she bounced back today. I knew she was going to play well today. She thrives, I think, when the pressure is the most intense, and did an excellent job. I don't think she had a bogey today. Or maybe she had one bogey, and then Clarissa, she's been battling a little bit of a back injury the last few days, and I think when she had a little bit of distraction from that, she went out today and freed it up and didn't try and do too much, and ended up with a bogey-free round. So those two they room together, they live together, they're best buddies, and just really proud of them. And they pull for each other and are great cheerleaders. Hang on, Tom, you're on mute. Sorry.
I know you'd want to win the regional, but Kansas was really hot today. Does it, bother you that you didn't win the regional?
No, not at all. It's to get one of those five spots is important. Obviously, we wanted to win the regional, of course, but to be able to go there and have a chance to win a national championship next week is the ultimate goal.
Thanks.
Evan?
Yeah, hey coach, can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. First off, congratulations on advancing. Curious, when it comes to kind of the overall 3 days of the round, you go from like +10 yesterday to -6 today. What does it say about your team being able to battle back? I know you've talked about adversity a little bit already, but what does that say in the overall grand scheme of things, being able to advance after having, a poor day by your guys' standards yesterday?
Yeah, I think yesterday was more of a weather thing for us. I mean, it was high of 50 degrees and pouring rain the entire day. I mean, we were soaked from head to toe. We kept the laundromat here, the coin laundromat in service yesterday after we got done. So I think a lot of that was contributed by the conditions. The scoring average went from 73 to 77. So I think gives you an idea across the board that it was tough. But yeah, this is a group, they're never out. I don't ever, these have been some stressful weeks coming to regionals in the past, but I knew this team was in a place that they were going to go out and do what they had to do and accomplish our mission today.
What are some of the positives that you can take away from this week, knowing, how you guys performed, weather aside, but what are things that you guys can look to build off of going into the national championships?
I think one of the important things is everybody contributed and contributed in a big way. And I think that just shows you the depth of our team, and how, Kendall was low for us the first day. Then the girls stepped up yesterday, and then you kind of had to battle together yesterday. And then today you have Clarissa and Maria taking it deep for us. So, across the board, winning is about everybody contributing and being a part of that and helping us. And if somebody's off, we have somebody to pick them up. So this contributes to our depth, I think.
And what do you hope the team as a whole learned from this week as, again, you guys head into the next round?
We can play all kinds of golf courses. I'm so grateful to get finals behind us after tomorrow, so that we can focus on this championship. And I think that'll be a really good and kind of a great way to send our seniors out. A trip to California with an opportunity to win a national championship.
Last one, and then I'll turn it over. What does the next week or so look like as you guys prepare now for the national championship?
Well, we have everybody will be done with finals by 12:30 on Friday. We have two girls graduating, so we are juggling quite a few balls over the next couple of days. But I think Saturday morning we'll get back to practicing, give them those 2 days off to finish up school, and Corey and Kendall have their graduations Friday and Saturday. So I think we'll celebrate a little bit, but get back focused on Saturday morning.
Awesome. I'll turn it over. I got a few more follow
Robin?
Yeah, Coach, congratulations. Sorry if I have a list. I just got a new retainer, so it's going to sound pretty weird. But you talked about Kendall, obviously starting y'all off hot. What did you see from her? Obviously, it progressed with the weather and things like that, and she was 3 over today. But what have you been seeing from her just recently?
Kendall, I've said this a bunch this year. She's like a pontoon boat. She's steady. She doesn't get rattled. She just keeps trying to plug away and does that for 18 holes. And there's just something to be said about that in a competitor. Conditions can be bad. She accepts it, hits a bad golf shot, she accepts it and hits the next one. So I think that's her superhero power, is her ability just to kind of be steady and go along and take what it gives her.
And like you said, obviously she's graduating later on a couple of days. What has this kind of been for you, just getting a chance to coach somebody like her and see her progress so well in her career?
I was really glad I got to walk the last 2 holes with her today. And I just told her along the way how much of a privilege it was to be her coach and to have her transfer in from UNLV and to watch her growth and mature. And I'm really proud of how much she's gone from 400 plus in the country, in the world, to, a top 40 player, in the world rankings. So it says a lot about, I think, how far her game has come and how much she's matured, and just really super proud of her.
So for your seniors, obviously coming into this last nationals for them, what are you hoping to see from them, just leadership wise, for some of the younger girls?
Kendall and Corey are on the road with us, our 2 seniors, and both are doing an excellent job of just trying to get everybody to enjoy the moment, and be where we are. And they're a really close group, and to have those 2 here with us and having fun with us, but also keeping us on task and, for the mission at hand, I think just says a lot about how much they love our program and how much they've contributed in so many ways on and off the golf course.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yep.
Trey?
Hey, Shauna, congrats. What do you think was the deciding, thing this week that just was able, after the bad day yesterday, to get you guys refocused and ready to go? Was it, celebrating my boy's birthday last night, or what do you think it was?
Yeah, it was Mike's birthday yesterday, and we asked him what he wanted for his birthday, and he said he would love a trip to California. So we were, I think we love Mike so much and what he does for all of us, the girls and myself and my family. I think we wanted to make sure that we went out and accomplished the goal of punching a ticket to California.
But now that you've got that ticket punched, obviously it's a whole new ball game. The level of competition is going to step up again. You guys have not slacked away from competition at all this year, but what do you think it'll take to get into the 15 and then the final 8 and then get into match play and hopefully, compete a week, 2 weeks from today for a national title?
Yeah, I think more than anything in stroke play, it's just consistency. I think that is a strength of ours. I think it'll be important that we get off to a good start, because when you're in a loaded field, it's hard to make up a lot if you get behind. So I think a strong start's important, and then obviously putting ourselves in a position to make the 8. And then once you get to match play, anything can happen. I think we had some good experience at the SEC championship with our lineups and what we would do with that. So, the most important part is we need to get through that 72 holes to give us an opportunity to get to match play.
That's all I got. Congrats. Good luck.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Yeah, I'll jump back in. I got one more. Coach, curious, for you, we were talking with Reagan and Kendall last week, and they brought up when it comes to the vibes of the teams and a lot of dad jokes around the team. I'm curious, were there any dad jokes made over the last couple of days to kind of get them when, things weren't going so well, to get them back on track and get them focused?
I've learned this is my 23rd year of coaching, and this week is very stressful because they are loaded with the stress of school and then obviously this competition. So my goal this week is to lower the stress level by having fun and laughing a lot, and kind of doing the things that they want to do, to kind of take some of that off of them. So yeah, I told a couple of dad jokes, but they probably are too bad for TV. So it's all about trying to keep it light on the driving range and get them ready for the round before us.
Awesome. That's all I got. Thanks, Coach.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
All right. We got Maria here. Evan, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I can jump in. Maria, first of all, congrats on advancing to the NCAA Championships. What does it mean that you guys were able to do this feat for the 13th time in program history?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. I mean, it means a lot. We had a pretty good week, even though conditions were a little funky yesterday and some of the in the practice round. But overall, we had a lot of fun. It was a good week. We played really solid golf, and we're really looking forward to our 13th national appearance.
Curious for you, you and Clarissa played really well today, had the low rounds for the team. What does that mean to be able to battle back from the adversity of yesterday and come out and put up a score good enough to, compete for the regional championship?
It means a lot. Yesterday, as I said, conditions were pretty hard to play on. We had rain almost all around, wind, and of course, the course changes a lot with that. And I just knew that I had to let that in the past, and that today was a new day, a new round. And I just knew that I was playing really solid golf, and well, of course, I made a really good score, Clarissa as well. It was not until like the I think 5 minutes after I finished that I knew that I was tied for second or second at that moment. So it meant a lot. I was really happy.
And then last question before I turn it over, Fuller. What do you guys and what do you, Maria, think that you can learn from this week as you guys move forward and go for that national championship in a couple weeks?
I think one of the things that you always learn is that you're not always gonna get perfect weather, and that you're gonna have to battle through conditions, and you're gonna have to be really patient when it comes to that. There's just some shots that are not gonna go the way you want, and yeah, you just gotta be like laser focused on your decisions, and yeah, like stick to the strategy that you build in the practice rounds.
Thanks for.
Thank you.
Tom?
Hey, Maria.
Hi.
Congratulations.
Thank you
The
so much.
experience of playing at nationals last year as a freshman, what will that do for you going into it this time around?
I think nationals last year was a pretty solid tournament for me, and I kind of remember most of the course. So I think I have like a already like a little experience, and that's gonna bring up, I think, a nice advantage into my game, knowing where to hit it, how the holes are, and well, of course, for the team, it's gonna help us do great, and of course, the last thing that the only thing that we're gonna do, uh, the only thing that we want to do there is do well and well represent well the Razorback Nation there.
On Clarissa, a freshman, what did you think of her day today and her as a teammate?
Clarissa, I've known Clarissa since we were like 9 years old. We grew up playing together, U.S. Kids and other tournaments. She's a really nice person, sweet person. I have a lot of fun with her. I actually live with her, so I get to be with her day to day. She's a fierce competitor. If she makes a bogey, she's just like, okay, whatever. I'll go into the next one and make three birdies, two birdies. She never gives up, and I mean, I'm really proud of her because I know how hard a freshman year can be, and the results that she has given, and how she has performed overall. It's wow.
And my last question is on Kendall. You know, had such two really good rounds. What does she mean to the team as a senior?
Kendall, I think it's one of the strongest like teammates that we have right now in terms of like the person that she is and the golfer that she is. Um, we've competed a lot, and I think what she did in the USM, and then what she did at Darius. I mean, they're huge things, and yeah, she means a lot right now. And of course we're gonna miss her next year, but well, we just have to enjoy nationals with her.
Outstanding. Thank you and good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Trey, you got anything?
Yeah, Maria, congratulations.
Thank you.
What do you think you need to work on individually for 2 weeks to get ready for the nationals out in Carlsbad?
I think there's still things that are not off, but there's room for improvement. I'm actually working on my putting. I've changed a lot of the way that I putt. And I think that was one of the keys this weekend. The keys to the round that I did today was my putting. So yeah, just kind of feel more comfortable with what I'm doing and keep working on my swing because, well, it's week by week that I'm trying to improve it and yeah, just find like a feel that I feel comfortable with.
Did you sense something on the putting green this morning or on the range that this could be a good day for you? I mean, the start you had, birdie start. I mean, we we would love to have that.
Yeah, so after yesterday, the round was really the round was really complicated. I kind of struggled because I played without a glove and it rained all day. It was kind of bad, so I just let that go away. And I kind of like I think it was more of my mental game that worked um to to get to today's round. I just told myself it doesn't matter. You're okay. You're a really good player. I did two under the first round, so I knew I could go low. And yeah, just being smart, giving myself chances, and yeah, just repeating myself that I was playing good, that I was playing good, and that I was playing solid. And well, the birdies just came and they came in early.
Well, congratulations. And oh, by the way, Bree Ellis just hit a walk-off grand slam in the softball tournament. So the Razorback women's athletics are doing well.
Yep. Well, I think yeah.